I think about my father. In a lot of ways, he had it better. He had his people. They had their standards. They had pride. Today, what do we got?
But if we think about the different characters we come across, there really is no one set template or blueprint for the old guard versus Tony Soprano's generation versus the new blood. I'm going to focus this video on the guys from New Jersey, and I'm going to be doing a separate video for the New York side.
I may be acting boss while the old man's a guest of the government.
If you'd only watched the first couple of episodes of The Sopranos, you may think that Old Man DeMeo would have at least some impact.
If the old man were here, instead of in that cell.
Perhaps David Chase was trying to tell us something when he appeared in a cameo as Urkel DeMeo in The Many Saints of New York. Johnny Boy was a Tony without any therapy.
You understand the human condition, at least.
It's like I'm in my kitchen. All of a sudden, I can't breathe, right? It's like I'm suffocating.
Just like your father.
What is?
Had the same thing.
My old man had anxiety attack?
Well, in those days, we called it a condition.
Tony thinks all his father did was experience joy, but apparently not if he experienced these anxiety and panic attacks like Tony. It reminds me of how Tony tells Christopher all these stories about Dickie, and particularly the Barry Haydu one. How much of what we hear about the old days, the old guard, is either an exaggeration or just a flat-out lie.
Yeah, right. See, Chrissy's not Tony's nephew. Dickie Moltisanti, Chrissy's dad. But he was always kind of like a big brother to Tony.
Not all old guard types are the same.
My pop never wanted it for me. He said there were times with all the worry. He wished he could have just stayed in the shop full time, just cut hair.
So, what were you going to call me about?
It doesn't seem like Johnny Boy Soprano wanted to just stay in the shop full time and cut hair.
Well, I'm just saying, because this isn't the first time.
You do whatever you got to do.
So you've got guys like Bobby Bacala Sr., called the Terminator. He has no problem listening to Tony Soprano and following his orders. On the other hand, let's look at another guy.
You know me, I'm an entrepreneur. Get my shy going. Sports book, whatever you say.
Come on, go, hurry!
So, you guys like your job?
Uncle Pat was like Johnny Mnemonic, right, Uncle Pat?
Huh? We're playing pinochle. Take a hand.
But they let him retire to this farm upstate New York.
Apparently, the old guard did make exceptions for retirement.
He had the hiccups for like a year. He almost committed suicide because of it.
Retiring now, actually.
Retire?
Don't forget, I go back in his family to Johnny. Before you even.
We have some old blood that's still quite active, like Paulie Walnuts, for example.
Boy, him and me made this trip 1,000 times back in the 60s.
We had a piece of that dog track, right?
I'm walking through the food court. This fucking kid spilled fried rice all over me.
Take it easy.
Richie Aprile is sort of in this in-between area. He's younger than the old guard, but older than Tony. He's Jackie Aprile Sr.'s older brother.
How would you feel? You wrap up a dime, your crew evaporates, and you walk away from me like I got some catchy disease?
Richie, you know I love you. You're like my big brother, okay? You're gonna be taken care of. What was yours before you went away will be yours again.
Jeez, Anthony. You do that for me. What's mine is not yours to give me.
The house is secure.
Yeah, only now we got a brand new lightning rod on top to take the hits.
Similar situation with Anthony Blundetto in that same...
When Tony B first returns from the can, he seemed like the opposite of Richie Aprile and Feech LaManna. But eventually, Tony B pretty much took the same point of view. He certainly didn't wait for permission from Tony Soprano or anyone else before killing Joey Peeps and then Billy Leotardo.
When we was kids, we had our own little crew. Me, your dad, Bonanima, Tony, Silvio Dante.
So when we look at the Tony Soprano generation, we have a variety of personalities and competency levels. Some were smart and good earners, while others, not so much.
They even said that there's a new fingerprint technique that lifts it right off the bills.
It's only a lucky prick like you would get pinched with a gun while he's out on bail for something else and still be out in time for dinner.
Tony struggles to reconcile his one world and one family with the other world and his other family. Whereas with Jackie Aprile Sr., things seemed to be on a more even keel, and everyone was pretty happy at the end of the day.
I want to know why there's zero growth in this family's receipts. There's the fucking money! You're supposed to be earners. That's why you got the top tier positions.
I mean, when Jackie was acting boss, no one minded because it all evened out at the end of the day.
And if we think about cultural and social issues, the issue of being gay, everyone seems to feel a little bit differently in Tony's generation.
We can't have him here in our social club no more. I mean, that much I do know.
Social club? He's gotta go.
I want to think about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could care less.
So my boy at Calmly said there's a truckload of Italian suits.
The expiration date on some of this new blood comes fairly quickly, like Brendan Fallone, for example.
Hey, don't feel bad. It's Junior's own fault. He gives us no choice.
Mrs. Soprano, good morning.
Some of this new blood, like Muscles Marinara, is completely deferential to and respectful of Tony.
Slamming the goddamn refrigerator door.
What? No.
Listen, come here a minute. About the other day.
You're fine. A couple stitches, you know. Look, Tone, I don't remember slamming the refrigerator door. But Carlo told me, and my dad, never should have raised my hands to you. I'm sorry.
As long as you realize. Huh?
I'm talking about the year 2000, the millennium. Where do we go from here?
Hi, Jack. Bye, Jack.
When'd you get out, Benny?
DA tossed it. The witness bailed.
So in this generation of new blood, there's no one template.
You know what? We were talking here, and I think it's time for you to get your own customers. I'm going to tell you this once. It's over. You drop it. And frankly, you should be very happy I'm not going to tax you. I mean, beside the fact you know I grew up with the man, you don't shit where you eat. And you really don't shit where I eat.
I know. He goes, Jenny Sack had a 95-pound mole surgically taken off her ass.
Some know how to keep their mouths shut, others not so much.
Medicine, you want to set my watch so you don't got to worry?
Nurse Betty over here.
When my mom had the lupus, God rest her soul, round-the-clock care I gave that woman. Medicine, food, lifted her in and out of the tub.
Oh, the man's trying to eat.
I'm just saying, in another life, I might have got into healthcare. I actually enjoyed it.
Some new blood doesn't show up until the end, but it's effective blood.
Walden. The fuck kind of name is that for an Italian?
I was named after Mr. Bobby Darin, Walden Robert Casoto.
So overall, I don't think The Sopranos is arguing that one generation was better than another. What changes over time isn't human nature, it's the pressure and different variables that affect individuals. And stay tuned for the Lupertazzi family.